In March 1944, 76 Allied airmen crawled out of a tunnel beneath Stalag Luft 3, the most secure prisoner of war camp in Germany. The Germans had designed it specifically to be escape-proof. They had put claustrophobic prisoners in sandy soil that collapsed easily. They had installed microphones underground to detect digging. They had elevated the huts on stilts so prisoners couldn't dig from inside them. The man who organized the escape was claustrophobic. His name was Bushell. Of the 76 men who got out, 73 were recaptured. 50 were executed on Hitler's personal orders. 3 made it home. And the plan, which by any measure failed, may have been one of the most effective operations of the entire war. Stalag Luft 3 was built near the town of Sagan in Lower Silesia. The Germans selected sandy soil that collapsed easily, raised huts on stilts to expose digging activity, and installed geophone microphones to detect underground disturbances. It was designed as a final destination for problem prisoners, men who had already escaped from other camps or attempted to. Bushell had been shot down over Dunkirk, protecting soldiers on the beach from Stuka dive bombers. He had escaped twice before being sent to Stalag Luft 3, once getting within 30 yards of the Swiss border before being caught. When he arrived at Stalag Luft 3, he didn't look for a way out. He looked for a way to get everyone out. "Everyone here in this room is living on borrowed time," Bushell told the camp's escape committee. "By rights, we should all be dead." His plan was audacious in scale, 3 simultaneous tunnels, so that if the Germans found one, work on the others would continue. The tunnels were codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. Over 600 POWs worked in shifts to excavate them, while others surreptitiously disposed of the soil and collected materials to assist the work. Civilian clothes were fashioned. Official papers were forged or acquired from guards. Tom was discovered. Dick became a storage space. Harry was completed in February 1944. On the moonless night of March 24th, 1944, 200 prisoners prepared to make their way through Harry. Each had been chosen and given a number for the order in which they would escape. The tunnel was 110 meters long, a meter below the surface, ventilated by a pump made from kit bags. Problems emerged immediately. The tunnel exit came up short of the tree line, emerging in open ground where guards could see it. The men had to crawl to the trees in darkness, one by one, hoping no guard was looking. The cold had made the wooden supports contract. Movement was slower than planned. At 4:55 a.m., as the 77th man was getting out, a guard spotted the tunnel's exit and sounded the alarm. 76 men had made it through. They scattered across occupied Germany, some in civilian clothes, some in forged German uniforms, carrying forged papers in multiple languages. Within 2 weeks, the Germans had recaptured 73 of the escapees. Only 3 men successfully fled to safety: 2 Norwegians who stowed away on a freighter to Sweden, and a Dutchman who made it to Gibraltar by rail and foot. The news sent Hitler into a fury, and he ordered that every recaptured man be shot. Only after Göring warned of Allied retaliation was the number reduced. Even so, 50 names were marked for death, including Bushell. In violation of the Geneva Convention, Gestapo agents drove the airmen to remote locations and murdered them with a shot to the back of the neck. Bushell had been the fourth man out of the tunnel. He was caught 2 days later at a railway station 500 miles from the camp. He was 33 years old. But here is what the headlines never fully captured. Some estimates suggest the Germans committed as many as 70,000 men to the search effort. 70,000 German soldiers, pulled from the Eastern Front, from coastal defenses, from operational units, spent weeks searching forests and railway stations and border crossings for 76 men. The escape didn't succeed in the way Bushell had planned, but it did exactly what he intended. It cost the German war machine something. We found something in the RAF intelligence assessment filed in June 1944, 2 months after the escape, that calculates the operational disruption caused by the manhunt in specific terms. The assessment estimates that the search effort delayed the movement of at least 2 divisions that were scheduled for redeployment to the Italian front. 2 divisions, held in place by 76 men in a tunnel. We are not saying the Great Escape changed the outcome of the war. We are saying that 50 men died for something that did more than 3 men reaching freedom. Here is what we know. Roger Bushell organized 600 men to dig 3 tunnels beneath the most secure POW camp in Germany. On the night of March 24th to 25th, 1944, 76 men escaped. 73 were recaptured within 2 weeks. Hitler ordered every recaptured man shot. 50 were executed by the Gestapo in violation of the Geneva Convention. 3 reached safety. The manhunt diverted an estimated 70,000 German soldiers. Bushell was 33 years old when he was killed. Here is what we don't know. Whether Bushell believed he would make it out. What the 3 men who reached safety felt when they learned what had happened to the 50. Whether the operational disruption caused by the manhunt was ever formally acknowledged as part of the escape's legacy. And whether Roger Bushell, who was claustrophobic and dug tunnels anyway, knew exactly what he was trading when he became the 4th man out. We're laying out what we found. You decide what it means. Subscribe. And leave a comment. Because 50 men were executed for crawling through a tunnel, and the tunnel worked.